These people had no idea their antics were being recorded on camera. From thieves to accidental falls and weird accidents, this video has it all. Today we're going to share some hilarious mishaps and surprises that were caught on camera. So sit back, relax, and get ready to laugh your socks off. You're in for a treat. Number 1. Family thieves. This family of thieves walk into the computer store acting all casual. The couple talks with the store owner, distracting him. Meanwhile, their daughter slowly inches over to a tablet sitting on a counter. She carefully pulls it closer, and then in a sudden, fluent movement, she picks it up and hides behind the couple. Then, when the shop owner is distracted once again, she puts the tablet into her bag. Just like that, the heist is finished. The family talks with the store owner for a little longer until eventually it's time to leave. Only they forgot that their whole scheme was actually recorded on the CCTV camera. Number 2. Rainy day surprise. So there's this video where a lady is just chilling at home, soaking up the rain and loving it. Out of nowhere, her dog comes up and pees on her feet. She doesn't even notice at first, probably just thinks it's warm rain. But then she looks down, spots her cheeky dog in the act, and bursts out laughing. What a moment! Number 3. Failed Superman impression. This guy thinks he's Superman for a minute. He's dragging this huge piece of wood like a door or something all by himself. He gets this idea to lift the whole thing up with just his 2 hands. And bam! Down he goes. Guess he's not quite the man of steel after all. Number 4. Garage mishap. A man strides confidently out of his garage only to encounter an unexpected twist. He slips on a sneaky patch of snow right outside his door. Number 5. Waiter's double trouble. A waiter comes in carrying a tray of champagne and it slips right out of his hands. Not missing a beat, he angrily kicks a nearby table, unleashing a second champagne shower. Looks like his paycheck is going to be popping bottles to cover that. Number 6. 1 in a million. Thank goodness the camera caught this wild moment. These kids are rolling water bottles across the floor. They both go for it at the same time, and you wouldn't believe it, the bottles roll in perfect sync without tripping up. The kids were totally amazed by how perfectly it all lined up. Talk about a perfect match. Number 7. Barrier battle. If you think your day's rough, check out this poor guy's struggle. He's trying to get past a car barrier, and he thinks there must be a way other than the barrier, but there's not. He actually lays down and scoots his way under the barrier. Talk about having to get down and dirty to get where you're going. Number 8. Graceful recovery. A lady's walking to her car with a package in hand when suddenly, oops, she slips and ends up sitting right on the ground. But give her credit, she doesn't miss a beat. She gets right back up and strolls off like it's all part of the day's plan. Number 9. Clever goats escape. Goats might seem like the epitome of cuteness and innocence, but don't let that fool you, they're pretty crafty too. Take this clever goat for instance. It grabbed a whole swing, dragging it over to a locked door. Then, like a seasoned escape artist, it hopped onto the swing and used its mouth to unlock the door. Just like that, it swung the door open and strutted outside. Talk about a smooth operator. Number 10. Dr. Prank. This woman didn't know what was going to happen once she opened the door. The whole door came on her. Guess it was a prank placing that door there. Number 11. Floor bound. A guy gets up from the sofa, and just as he stands, something goes wrong with his feet, sending him straight to the floor. And there he stays, probably wondering what just happened. Number 12. Hangry Cow's Revenge. Here's a scene you don't see every day. A cow is looking for some food, but when a guy brushes her off, she doesn't take it too well. Getting the ultimate hangry attitude, she decides to take matters into her own hooves. Number 13. Bike blunder. Here's a guy trying to look cool, but he totally loses it and ends up tumbling with his bike right into the bushes. Definitely not the smooth move he was going for. Number 14. Forklift fiasco. Talk about a costly mistake. A forklift operator gets a bit too clumsy and accidentally rams right into a parked car. And it gets worse. The forklift's forks go straight through the car's door. Definitely not the kind of lift the car owner was expecting. What a disaster. Number 15. Automatic revelation. This girl thought she needed to manually lift a barrier, so she went and started pushing it up herself. But the moment she hops back into her car, the barrier opens automatically. Talk about timing. It just goes to show that sometimes things are simpler than we make them out to be. Number 16. Shopper's costly clumsiness. On October 13, 2016, a visit to an appliance store in southern England took a disastrous turn for one Englishman. He was just checking out a TV set, bending down to get a better look, when catastrophe struck. In just a few moments, his simple action accidentally knocked over not just one, but 2 television sets. And as if that wasn't bad enough, in his shock and scramble to fix things, he ended up toppling 2 more TVs. The total damage? About €5,500. Talk about an expensive shopping trip. Number 17, car confusion. This guy had a bit of a mix-up with his car. He couldn't remember what it looked like, and to make matters even funnier, he mistook a completely different colored car for his own. It just goes to show what might be simple for some can be a real challenge for others. Number 18, guardian angel. This grandma was like a guardian angel for the guy standing there. Her fruits had fallen, and the guy stepped in to assist her with picking them up. Luckily, this made him move out of harm's way right in time. Seconds later, a massive metal object plummeted from above, landing right where he had been standing. Number 19, guard's imaginary foe. This guard must have been really bored from the lack of action on his shift because he ended up creating his own villain, all by using his hand. It's pretty adorable watching him chat with his hand before playfully defeating it. What he didn't realize was that a camera was catching the whole performance, giving everyone a charming peek at his creative way to pass the time. Number 20, horn startle. In the video, a man accidentally presses the car horn, startling himself. In a quick, startled reaction, he jumps back. Unfortunately, he doesn't see a step right behind him. He trips over it and almost falls, managing to catch himself just in time. It's a funny, if slightly awkward, moment of surprise caused by a simple mistake. Number 21, caught on camera. In this scene, a man steps away from his motorcycle and the guy next to it starts fiddling with something on the bike. Suddenly, the motorcycle kicks into gear and begins to move forward. The guy could have claimed he didn't know anything about it, but luckily, everything was captured on CCTV, leaving no room for excuses. Number 22, Grandpa's unaware stride. Grandpa, with his hands totally full, is busy heading off somewhere. Little does he know, his pants have come off, but he just keeps on going without a clue. It's one of those classic moments that you just can't help but chuckle at. Number 23, sprinkler surprise. When an automatic sprinkler went off, it startled a deer so much that it panicked and accidentally crashed through a window into the house. Realizing its mistake, the deer quickly turned around and dashed back out, but not without breaking the window in its hasty run. Number 24, fuel pump heroics. Here's a crazy moment caught on a gas station's security cameras. A guy is filling up his car when out of nowhere, 3 dudes jump out of a van, looking to steal his vehicle. Thinking fast, the car owner grabs the fuel hose and splashes petrol all over the would-be thieves. Totally caught off guard by the petrol splash, the robbers scrambled back to their van and sped away just as quickly as they appeared. What a way to defend your ride. Number 25, dog's ice skating mishap. This dog really wanted to try ice skating, even though his buddy seemed a bit skeptical about it. He dashed onto a frozen pool, but almost immediately got into a slippery situation. His owner was quick to step in and try to rescue him, but ended up slipping and falling into the pool too. Thankfully, they both managed to get out safe and sound. Number 26, daughter versus wall encounter. A guy just finished giving his car a nice clean and was ready to pull out of the car wash. But in a moment of distraction, he forgot to close the passenger door, which was wide open. As he backed out, the open door had an unfortunate meeting with the wall, getting stuck against it as the car continued to move backwards. Now, along with a sparkling clean car, he's got a wallflower paint job to remember. Number 27, golf cart chaos. This guy loads a log into a golf cart, but the log lands on the accelerator. Next thing you know, the cart zooms off and the owner's chasing after it, running as fast as he can. Quite the unexpected sprint session. Number 28, shopkeeper's windy exit. The shopkeeper is preparing to close his shop and pack to go home. Just then, the equipment ends up falling due to the wind. No leaving for this guy, I guess. Number 29, attic adventure gone wrong. This guy decides to head up into his attic with a box, but guess what happens next? Totally unexpected, and boom! The floor gives way beneath him, and suddenly you can see his foot just dangling through the ceiling. Talk about a surprise. Number 30, UPS driver's icy delivery determination. Here's a UPS driver who takes his job super seriously. He's out there trying to deliver a package across an ice skating rink of an alley. The guy waiting for the package pops open his garage door and tells the driver just to drop it off on the driveway. But nope, This UPS guy is on a mission to hand deliver it right to the door. Slip-sliding his way down the icy path, the driver stumbles and falls, but gets right back up, determined to complete his mission. Number 31. Car leaving its owner. Check out this wild ride captured on video. It starts with a car veering off the road and heading straight for the trees. It smashes into one tree, then, not satisfied, rolls over to give another tree some love. That's when you spot the car's owner. A fast-moving car came by and nearly hit the little pup. Thankfully, because the dog was small, it managed to slide under the car, avoiding any harm. It was a close call, but the dog emerged safely. Hopefully, it learned its lesson about staying away from busy roads. Number 33. Baggage battle. In this moment, we see a man wrestling with some heavy bags. He's really putting in the effort to lift them, but then something unexpected happens. It's like the bags have a mind of their own, because suddenly the man loses his balance and ends up on the ground. Number 34. Owners counter catastrophe. In this video, we witness a thief grabbing a phone and making a quick getaway. However, the real mishap occurs when the owner attempts to squeeze between the counters and accidentally causes the entire counter to collapse. Number 35. Roof collapse surprise. You've got this footage of a backyard, nothing out of the ordinary, just a regular day. But then, out of nowhere, the roof collapses right before your eyes. And to make things even crazier, a guy comes crashing down with it. You can see him pointing up at the roof like he's trying to signal something or someone. Talk about a wild turn of events, right? Number 36. Dogs watch as rescue arrives. Here we see a guy in a bit of a pickle, stuck on the door of his van while trying to do something. His two adorable dogs are there, watching their human in distress, unable to lend a paw. Fortunately, a kind lady arrives and comes to the man's rescue. Number 37. Liquor explosion. In this clip, we observe a woman behind the bar going about her usual tasks. Just as she turns around, she's met with a surprising sight. A large can filled with liquor suddenly explodes, catching her off guard and leaving her visibly shocked. Number 38. Stray dog rescues the girl. This girl is casually walking along the side of the road. Suddenly, this gray car pulls up beside her, and you can see her visibly tensing up, probably wondering what's going on. The guy behind the wheel opens the door, and that's when things start getting a bit intense. Instead of just driving off or saying something, the car reverses, like maybe they wanted to talk to her or something. As the car starts backing up, a stray dog comes out of nowhere, barking up a storm. The guy in the passenger seat freaks out and slams the door shut, and the driver just floors it, getting out of there in a hurry. It's like the dogs were the unexpected heroes of the day, saving the girl from who knows what. Number 39. Thief gang. This group of women had a heist in mind, only they forgot that a camera could be watching them. 3 of the women distracted the store owner. Meanwhile, the 4th woman crawled on all 4s under the counter and stole a box full of jewelry. She crawls out and acts as if nothing has happened. The store owner did not notice what they were up to until they reviewed the security footage. Number 40. Bus driver's heroic rescue. So, check this out. A video from a bus security camera. The bus is cruising along when all of a sudden, the driver hits the brakes because there's a car barreling off the road without a driver. He dashes over to the car, jumps through the window, and grabs hold of the handbrake. He manages to wrestle control of the car and bring it to a stop, just in the nick of time. Number 41. Phone freezer oops. In this scene, we've got a guy chilling out on top of a freezer, totally engrossed in his phone. Meanwhile, another guy approaches to grab something from inside the freezer. The guy on the phone isn't paying attention to whether the freezer gets closed properly, and bam! He ends up falling halfway into the chilling cold. Number 42. Rolling car rescue. This man forgets to pull the handbrake of his car, and suddenly it starts rolling backwards. Completely unaware, he continues on his way without ever glancing back at his car. Thankfully, the homeowner he's visiting notices the situation and quickly springs into action, rushing to catch the car before it causes any damage. Number 43. Wet surprise. In this CCTV footage of a regular day at a garage, 2 mechanics are just going about their business. This woman walks past at the start of the video. But then, as one of the guys is cleaning a car part, the water hose he's using suddenly goes berserk. It starts spraying water all over the place, making a huge mess. Number 44, phone-distracted guy misses mouse duel. A guy is chilling on his couch, busy watching videos on his phone. Next to him, two mice are having a serious showdown, totally into their own intense battle. The guy doesn't even notice. He's too wrapped up in his phone to pay any attention to the mouse drama happening right beside him. Number 45. Unexpected entry fail. This dude casually walks into a shop, probably thinking about what he needs to buy. But here's the plot twist. He completely misjudges the situation and slams right into the glass next to the door, thinking it's the entrance. His head takes the full force, and well, you can guess what happens next. The glass shatters into pieces. Number 46. Bike's wild ride. Check out this little bike causing a ruckus. As soon as the girl starts it up, it takes off on its own, leaving the little boy who wanted to ride it in the dust. Number 47. Dr. Mishap. This girl walks out of a watch shop and unexpectedly slams into the glass door. She falls flat on her back, completely stunned. Inside, the saleswoman quickly comes to her aid, helping her up and collecting her scattered belongings. It's almost like a scene from a comedy, though fortunately, she wasn't seriously hurt. Number 48. Wig surprise. In this video, there's a woman walking out of a door. As she turns around, her hair gets caught in the door handle. When the door closes, her wig comes off. She quickly opens the door again to untangle her wig. Nelson follows. The plank unexpectedly tilts. The second person slips into the water, while the first quickly jumps to safety. The person who fell manages to get back onto the dock later. That is it for today's video. Make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to turn on the notification so you can get notified of future videos like these. Also be sure to comment which one of these was your favorite. Until our next upload, goodbye and stay safe.